Alright, me in the chat, we taking on the fight. When the wind pure issues, we gonna make it right. Got that brilliant tech advice going through the night. Yeah, we gonna solve it all, no need to ignite.
Alright, May 9th. Yikes. And, I gotta go mute this. That gives me audio confirmation. And it is a Thursday, 9 a.m. Got started a few seconds late because I went and checked the emails. I wonder if anybody sent me an email asking for something for today. And yes, indeed, there was not actually a maybe a question at this point. Let's see. Jenny B. I had she had asked for approval for the chat room a while back. And I replied to Jenny saying I'd need an email from you and get to know you a little bit to make sure that you're not my troll. Jenny, if you're watching right now, could you go put a comment on another video and then I'll go check momentarily so that I can approve you, because the previous one that you put in is already cleared off of my screen. So I can't find it quickly, but I could get you approved actually during this show. If you go put a comment on another video, any of my prior videos will do it. Let's see, and she's actually asking a question here. Let's see, can I show this? Yes. Yeah, I can show this. It's okay. I've got her email address concealed. She says, hello, I apologize for not sending this sooner. I guess I was confused on the best manner on how to apply to be part of the chat room. I would like, no, you did it correctly. You did it correctly. It's just a little complication because your channel is kind of new. Because I'm exploring Windows and because of the nature of what I am doing, I am crashing my system and keep having to reinstall Windows. I would like to learn a more effective way to back up things easier that is not through Microsoft OneDrive. Yeah, we can help you with that. Thank you, John. I got your SpeakerBot, and SpeakerBot is alive and awake and responding. I was a little bit late in getting SpeakerBot turned on. Looking back to see if anybody else had tested it and didn't hear themselves. Nope, they didn't. So that is Jenny B's question. I'm going to go take a look at channel comments. Now, let's see, if I do a refresh on this, if she's already done it, she'll show up here. Not there. If I go to held for review, not there. So not yet. Tim Cruz says, Doug, you're clicking all around making us dizzy, boy. Stop that, LOL. Just kidding. We love you, Bubba. That was from, I don't know, a few days ago. 4:33. What is today's show anyway? It is 4:35. So 2 days ago. And I actually joked about that during the show. So give him a thumbs up and a heart. And then Balto and To Go is Yokohama Yak. We know him in Fortnite. Says, hey, Doug, hope you're doing well. Season 2 in about 2 weeks. Hope you have time to stream again. It's not looking promising at the moment, frankly. But I still, and even if you're not Frank, it's not looking promising. I have not yet canceled my Super Pass, Battle Bus, whatever that thing is called, that I pay for every month to get their extra bling. And then it says, and it gives another comment, both of these 1 hour ago. Actually, I do have a PC question. My laptop is still on Windows 10 and has no issues. Is it worth upgrading to Windows 11 for any reason? Only if you have a reason that you want to upgrade. For instance, if you're aware of some feature in Windows 11 that you want to have, like when you drag, do I want to drag this window? Let's do it on the chat window. I think I have chat popped out. Yeah. See, when you drag a window up to the top and you get these, famous last words. There it is. All these different patterns that you could put your windows in. Windows 10 doesn't do all of that. Well, if you want that, then you might upgrade to Windows 11. You should be aware of whether your computer is capable of upgrading to Windows 11, so that when Windows 10 is out of support, October 14th, 2025, that you can...
Why Ken finally we seeing Doug? Why make him disappear?
that you can undo the upgrade without having to jump through some hoops and force it on a computer that's not supported by Windows 11, or that you don't have to buy a new computer. But if your computer's working fine and you know that your computer's upgradable to Windows 11, you don't want any of the features, then I'd say no. There's no reason to do it early, particularly if you don't like some of the feature changes in Windows 11. There's some things that some people don't like about Windows 11. Anything else we need to say on that in response to Yokohama Yak, Balto to go? Nothing coming up there. I have turned off the repeating speaker bot messages. And there he goes, up and down, up and down. Can't he just take his finger off of that darn scroll wheel? Today's premiere for Dennis, and Dennis did a redirect to my show today. Thank you, Dennis. So all of his live viewers were redirected to here some time ago. Not sure how long ago that was. So hello, Dennis. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Carl. John Williams says, good morning. Sorry I was absent yesterday. Out running errands, and glad the bad weather stayed away. Just rained today. Mid-50s, still cloudy. Martin Hogg, hello. John Williams, Martin Hogg, chit-chatting. Alice, Mike, Ran Israel, Selden Balls, V Minor. Got some speaker bot things going on. Why, Ken? Why? I think it was V that did that perfectly timed Victor at the end of yesterday's show. Ken is no longer shadow banned. Well, we can fix that, Ken. Let's go over here and hide user on this channel. Shall we do that? No, actually, I don't want to do it. Not even for a joke. I don't like doing that, because when I do that, even if it's for a joke, from what I see, it erases all of his prior comments on prior videos. And even if I bring them back, those prior comments, I think, are gone permanently. They don't come back. I don't know that for sure. His show was around 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time this morning that he redirected to. Martin Carey gave a good hint. A license key for Windows 10 costs less than Windows 11, but will activate Windows 11 as well as Windows 10. Absolutely. You do need to buy the Home or Pro version according to what you want to, what you currently have and what you want to end up with. So if you currently have Windows 10 Home, for instance, you want to end up with Windows 11, then buying the Windows 10 Home license is not going to get you the Windows 11 Pro. So in that instance, how would you do that? If you have Windows 10 Home, you want to end up with Windows 11 Pro. Well, that's the best way to go about it. I think go ahead and upgrade to Windows 11 and then do the Pro conversion. No. Buy the Windows 10 Pro license and then use my video for how to upgrade from Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro. Do the upgrade to Pro. Then, whenever you choose, do the upgrade to Windows 11 Pro, because that Windows 10 Pro license is going to cost you less than Windows 11 Pro. Well, Doug, if there is a lull, I have a question. Can you show me how to delete Macrium, the previous scheduled backup routine? Can you show me how to delete in Macrium Reflect the previously scheduled backup routine? Sure. I think I understand the question. So let's do Windows key reflect rather than run reflect, because to do the run command I'd have to be using the actual executable name, I think. So here comes Macrium reflect coming on the run. Just the funniest sound from everyone we meet, something like that. Hey from Macrium reflect. And so what you do is open Macro and Reflect, come over here to Scheduled Backups, and in here you'll have your scheduled backup. So you right-click on the one you want to delete and click Delete. I don't want to delete any of those, so I don't really want to go through it the rest of the way. Or you could click on the one you want to delete and then click the Delete button, whatever floats your boat. That's it on Scheduled Backups. Now the definition file that is configured upon will still be present over here in definition files. So if you want to delete that from there, you could delete that, but similarly by right-clicking on it and choose Delete, or left-click on it and use the Delete button. So those are two different deletes. Deleting the scheduled backup will not delete the definition file. However, deleting the definition file, will that delete the scheduled backup? I don't know. I haven't tried that, and I would have to go create those all from scratch to try it again. I do have a little topic that I want to go look at. Let's see, 100, 100, 100. I'm not sure what that was about. Was that about my congratulating him for his good timing yesterday? I'm going to change my backup routine from using a mechanical hard drive to an SSD. I just want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Well, you don't.
Can you export the definition file and import it to another computer?
Yeah. Let's see. I think export. I haven't tried doing that, but that's a little bit risky to do. I think I don't see an export here for the definition file. The scheduled task. Yeah, there's an export to a file for the scheduled task, but the problem with doing it to a different computer is, will the different computer recognize the backup drive that you have scheduled? Now, he just said that what he wants to do, LonDog wants to do, is change it to use a SSD. If the SSD comes up as the same drive letter, then you might not have to do that. If you come in here and edit the definition, you can change what your backup drive is. Here's the destination where the backup is going to go to. You could change the destination for the backup without actually deleting the scheduled item or the scheduled task, the backup definition or the scheduled task. So you could just change the drive selection. But if it comes up as the same drive letter and you have a folder that's the same as whatever your current backup folder is, I think it'll just work. Now you could test that by putting it in. You don't have to wait for the scheduled backup. You could just come over here to the scheduled backup, right click on it and choose Run Now. So it'll go ahead and run that scheduled backup right now using whatever the definition file is configured as. And if you need to fix anything about the definition, then you could go fix it at that time. So both backups are running at the same time for some reason. I'm going to change my backup routine from using a mechanical SSD. I just want to make sure I'm doing it correctly, so both backups are running at the same time for some reason. I think he might have meant so both backups aren't running at the same time. He's using speech to text. So maybe it was, he said aren't, and it says are. It would seem that you need to delete the original data that's being run on the mechanical drive. No, you could change the definition configuration of it. It's not critical. I can tinker, but I was hoping you might save me some time. Can you export the definition file to another computer? We talked about that. Okay, Doug, great explanation. I didn't think about just changing the destination. And I like how you can run the scheduled backup from the menu at that point. Yes, you have to verify the hardware the script file points to. If you move the script, I find it easier to create a new script. Yeah, I think that's referring to exporting and importing. But I didn't see that you could export the definition file. Hello, Ski Man. So here's something that I want to go have a look at. I'm going to drag SpeakerBot. Well, let's do it. Let's do it this way. I'm going to minimize that. I'll show you monitor number 3. So monitor number 3, I have SpeakerBot here, and if I come over to viewers, SpeakerBot will show me viewers. Now I think these are the people who have used SpeakerBot in today's show. If I remove the check mark for hide not present, I see other people who have shown up in the past, even if they're not in the show today. So SpeakerBot remembers people that have been here from the past. Now this is excuse me, StreamerBot. This is StreamerBot, not SpeakerBot. SpeakerBot is down here. It's a separate program. These are the actual things that have been done. Down here at the bottom would have been the last one. Can you export the definition file? You can't see all of that there. And if I drag this over and float my mouse, you can see the rest of the statement, but I can't make that window bigger. It won't maximize, but I can scroll it over so you can see the rest of it. But when I scroll over here, you can't see the voice that was used. Over here on the left side, you can see the names of the voices that were used. If I scroll it to here, you could see the voice and, well, it looks like most of the message, enough of the message so that you can tell which voice was used for the SpeakerBot that you did. What I would like to be able to do is go to the Users tab and actually assign a specific voice to a specific person. However, SpeakerBot does not seem to get access to the names of the people, even though they show up in the event log, right? Doesn't it show up? Does this tell me who? No, this doesn't tell me who gave those messages. Yeah, this doesn't give me the names of the people who did those messages. I'm wondering if I change the action. Let's see, which one of these is the SpeakerBot for chat? No. Approved user message? No. Those are guidelines. Vanishing. Where's the actual, oh, down here, chat message. Oh, this is what actually lets you do a chat message. That's the trigger.
Maybe
this is the
users
action.
tab?
The users tab on SpeakerBot, I just showed that. That's the one that doesn't. See, if I click over here on the users tab, there's nothing there for SpeakerBot. There is no other users tab. If I come up here to reconfigure this, if I tell it, edit sub action, if I put in, let's see, what is it, a user or something like that? If I think there's a way for me to pull up the variables that are available for me to use here. How is it? Password bad, no. I want to say it's %user. Can I tell what happens if I test that?
So percent user, percent raw input, percent.
Yeah, so now somebody try it and let's see if it gives your name. If the actual message includes the user name, will that start populating the users tab in SpeakerBot? I kind of doubt it. Because I don't think the program was actually trying to capture any of that. If somebody else can go put in something. That was a reasonable idea.
Hey, Keith S. Hello,
Fran. Okay, so there is, yeah, Keith S. So that was the right thing. So it said Keith S. And this is the way I had this originally configured when I started using this. Is, let's see. If I use the word said in there.
Martin Hogg. Don't read my friend's PC not downloading. I think this is to do with the remains of McAfee. I will need the special tool to remove the remaining few files.
Okay, now let's see if that gives us not only the person's name. Well, that's curious. When Martin, it didn't display the name Martin. Let's see. Don't read my friend's PC not downloading. I think this is to do with the remains of McAfee. I'll need a special tool to remove the remaining few files. Yeah, that could be. If McAfee's still on there, maybe that's what was going on. I'm not sure what the don't read, but Martin has talked to us a few days about his friend's computer. And let's see, it's, which one did he say? McAfee. Yeah, there's a McAfee uninstall tool. I think it's pretty easy to find. Let's try it. McAfee uninstall tool. There we go. How to remove McAfee product. Click on install, follow the prompt. There's the removal tool. McAfee consumer product removal tool. New tab. And this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. Come on, come on, come on. Looking for the removal tool. Recommendations, vulnerability, just kind of looking for a link. This is...
Greg M said music playing.
There's music playing? Is there music playing right
Selden
now?
Ball said loud blast of music.
Oh, all right.
Ran
That
Israel
should
said
have
the
just
music drowned your voice.
Okay, that should have just turned it off. That was from the
Ken Stout Live
bumper.
said there was music.
All right, it stopped now. This doesn't look like it's getting me the uninstall tool, does it? That's all security bulletin stuff. So I wonder if that music started playing when I switched back to my camera 1. I'll go watch the video afterwards. You don't need to tell me. Here's how to uninstall on Mac, Linux, Android. If you want to remove, use this article if you want to remove McAfee from Windows PC. Those are the links for the other. How to activate, pre-install, remove the standard Windows method. Yeah, there's a removal tool. That gets down to here. There.
Read chat, please.
McAfee removal tool. All right, I'll come over to the chat. It's there somewhere. There it is. Ran Israel's God, and he said read chat, please. So that is probably his link for it. Yeah, McAfee removal tool. We'll just leave that one stand, since it took me too long to find it. Thank you, Ran. Ken Stout, Ski Man. That should have read, I did come across the backup location, was thinking about changing the actual location, but she did a great job of explaining everything. She? Who's the she? Well, did he say he and it got translated wrong? SpeakerBot said his name. Yeah, SpeakerBot said the name, but it didn't. Oh, it didn't show up in chat. Yeah, of course, because SpeakerBot isn't typing in chat, so the name didn't show up in chat. That makes sense. Now, did the word said come up? Somebody give me another exclamation mark D in a short message. I want to hear if the word said comes up, because maybe I need to put that in quotes. I was looking around for muting tabs. I was wondering where the music came from. I got many things running at the moment. No, I just heard Keith S. Oh, that was the word said. Yeah. He said, she said, it said. I didn't hear that one play. Did that one play? Oh, look at this. Here's an explanation.
Liv said skimmed right over AJ's comment.
Okay, I'll find Alice's
Martin
comment.
Hogg said, thanks, Doug. Much appreciated.
But notice this here, was not found for UDP speak action. So here, that one shortly ago, I think it was Ran Israel's that didn't play. Something was not found for UDP speak action, and that was Paul Multilingual V1. So what I can do with that is disable Paul Multilingual V1. However, Paul Multilingual V1 might work again next time. Look, here's another one. Up here. And now here's the names showing up. But when the voice was not found, it's not telling us who spoke that. There's another Paul Multilingual V1. Now here's a Paul Multilingual V1 that worked. And Paul Multilingual V1. Oh, that was my test. Here, let's see, is another Paul. So you've noticed that, well, you haven't noticed because you haven't been seeing the names. But when a particular voice is used again, it may be a different tone or different inflections. Well, each of these, for instance, Paul Multilingual V1, I think has like 4 different variations, and I can't control that. That's Patrick, not Paul.
Oystein said it says Patrick, not Paul.
Oystein. Okay, so Oystein's just came through, but a couple others did not. Oystein says Patrick, not Paul. Oh, was I reading the wrong one? Here, no, here's Paul. That's Paul. That's not Patrick. It was Paul that was not found. Paul was not found. Did I look? Oh, I looked at a Patrick saying it was found and thinking it was a Paul. There's no other Pauls that were found. Here's a couple of Pauls that was not found. So Paul is the culprit sometimes. Now, so if I come over to, let's see, where are the voices at? I think settings, is it? Yeah, ignored voices. So if I come to, these are available, ignored. Okay, so if I come to find Paul, but it wasn't Paul Turbo V2. Which one was it?
Greg M said, just let MSAI look after it for you. What could go wrong? Zivy Manor said, get rid of Paul?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. But which Paul was it? Now I'm not, why am I not seeing any Pauls? Where is the Paul? How come I'm not seeing Pauls now? There's no Pauls. Absolutely no Pauls there. Oh, it was in here in the event log. Oh,
Oystein
okay.
said because it didn't found it.
Yeah, this is processed. So Paul didn't get processed. I got to go to the event log to see the ones that didn't come through. So it's Paul Multilingual V1. So it's not that one. Paul Multilingual V1. I don't see a Paul Multilingual V1. Come down here to these. They're alphabetical. Here, Paul Multilingual V1. It says that it's ignored. So is that why it wasn't found? Because it is ignored, but why it shouldn't try to do that one? Ignored locales available. Voices, localities. So it's in the ignored section. How do I make it available instead of ignored? Ooh, I just double clicked on it. And that put it up here. So is that all that I need to do to fix it so that's not ignored? I don't know why they're in the ignored section. If I double click on Paul Multilingual V1, then it looks like it comes down to this section and down at the bottom. Double click on it, puts it up at the top. So it seems like all these ones in the ignored section won't play. But I think I put them down here when they were faulty.
Oystein said this is also in Paul V2 voice.
Let's see. Oystein said, no, that was in Patrick Multilingual V1, the one you just did. I don't think you can choose the voice. Well, that'd be interesting if there's a way in chat for you to be able to choose what voice you want. All right, gonna come back. I think there were some others that didn't play.
Martin Hogg said, should I reinstall McAfee and then use the tool to remove it cleanly rather than just bits of it?
I don't think you have to do that. I think their instructions are to use the uninstall built into Windows, and then use the tool to cleanly uninstall it, completely uninstall it. I have wondered about that too. I have had occasions where it didn't seem to go well. I think it shows some statuses as you're running that uninstall tool, and there's some things that it didn't find. Well, I think the things that it didn't find were because they were already uninstalled by Windows. But if you've already uninstalled using Windows, then I would use the tool to uninstall. Then test your symptom. If your symptom is still present, then go back and install McAfee and then uninstall it using the tool. And why do we have to hack it that way? Use a sledgehammer? Because things don't work the way they should, even uninstalling. Which Doug a week earlier confirmed with his backups on the Beast. And I was so pleased to hear that he was getting the same kind of problems. I was getting a note with Macrium and saving to mechanical hard drive. I was getting a lot of hesitation, which Doug a week earlier confirmed with his backups on the Beast. And I was so pleased to hear that he was getting the same kind of problems. Yeah, and I showed back then how you can reduce the amount of attention the CPU puts on that so that you could use your computer while that's running. Machine performance was greatly affected. That doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. Now that I'm backing up to an SSD, that makes sense. Ken shows start in 13 minutes. Is that what I was told somewhere a while ago? Skimmed right over AJ's comment. Is that what Alice was saying back then? No problem. Ken has a premiere in 30 minutes. All right, so let's go. I don't want to end the stream. I want to edit this one. Oh, it's hard to see the edit button because I was zoomed in so far.
I can't help you with that.
Well, you have to deal with it. I don't know what woke her up. There, render cache, part 2. I started watching part of that render cache that he uploaded yesterday. So save that. So you'll be redirected to the Ken show. Oh, I'm overtime. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and replay.
Live said thanks.
You're welcome, Ken Stout Live. See that extra thing Ken Stout Live said, in particular with long channel names, and then whatever you say, that's why I turned that off, because I'm gonna look at the name anyway.
Keith S. said overtime = more money.
Oh, yeah, more money. There we go.
Svi Manor said, remember the slogan with Linus, it was not happened. I say with Revo.
The slogan with Linux, it was not happened. I say with Revo. Oh, that's painful. He's asking if I remember the slogan with Linux, it was not happened. I say with Revo Uninstaller. If you have Revo Uninstaller actually installed on your computer, when you install a program, then it knows everything that was done when you installed the program, and it can unwrap all of that to where you don't have to go use an uninstall program. If you are a person who installs and uninstalls lots of stuff, that could be a justification for installing a program just to be able to uninstall programs, because it uninstalls more of the clutter. So if you're a person who does a lot of installs and uninstalls because you're testing stuff, that might be a reason to actually install a program and not just use the portable version of it. I think it has a portable version. Josh's SpeakerBot is configured the same way. Username said, yeah, that's the default way. That's the default way it gets configured. And it's useful for him because he can't read in chat who said what. You do not have to install Revo before uninstalling an app. Well, that's true, you don't. But if you have it installed, when you install an app, I deduce, I'm pretty sure, that it watches more closely what is happening during the installation. And if you use Revo after the fact to uninstall, I don't think it knows as much of what happened. No Afghan. All right, he's going to try that again. I could be wrong about that with Revo and installer, but it makes sense to me that it could be watching installations and keeping a log of everything. No again to what? You do not have to install Revo before uninstalling an app. Yeah, I know that. I know that. But if you do have it installed before you install a program, I'm pretty sure it's watching more closely what happens and can catch more things. I know you can use Revo uninstaller to uninstall even if it wasn't installed before the installation, but I'm saying I think it can be even more accurate if it is installed. Yeah. No matter, it is the same. How do you know that, Zvi? I would be interested in what documentation you have that says it's the same, because you wouldn't be able to see the difference. And that's not an important question. Obviously, Zvi is convinced that I'm absolutely wrong about that. It seems to me that it would be able to pay closer attention. All right, I think I'm going to go put this to bed. What is today? Have a great Thursday, everybody. Ken's show coming up. I think it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday, because this is the second day in a row that I have my grandson. All right, adios. Click the button. Where's the button? There it is. Goodbye. 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 Look at the camera. Goodbye. Your experience. What about your experience proves that it's not watching closer if it's installed? How? Yeah. That's not enough. Sorry. All right. Goodbye.